You're now watching Rips.
We'll call it 90,000 on the day, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. That's exactly what we were looking for. There's that 35 tag as promised.
You're likely going to be a lot better than you were last year, as long as you take it seriously.
And Rips shows the Jack 8.
Cash is flowing to Rips.
Look at that, just getting absolute.
And it's Rips winning one of the biggest pots of the session.
Wow. $250,000 on the week, baby. Let's go. There's nothing that makes me happier than when I see you folks win. Can it hold this push lower below 80s? This would be a big break if we can hold this push. $6,000 on the day in our Lucid Pro account. This is your entry. This is your ad. This is your takeout. Boom. Right there. Good afternoon, everybody. And happy GLOBEX. Happy Thursday. Happy final GLOBEX stream of the week. Good to see everybody here. Good to see everybody's smiling faces. Smiling avatars' faces. The markets are back open. Let me know how you're doing. WL or mid, WL or mid, WL or mid. Let me know how you're doing in this beautiful afternoon on this beautiful Thursday, the final GLOBEX stream of this February week. We got James Pittman, Cooper, Nightbot in the building. Let me see if this works. That work? No. I gotta do this. Okay, there we go. All good. What's up there, RJD2, Morbay, CQ, or CK13, good morning. Good afternoon. Oh boy, here we go again. Day Trader Rick, Woogs, Visuals, Smokescreen Design, good afternoon. Danny USA, what is Bracken? What's Bracken, dog? Uh-oh, what's Ripsmod shooting me DMs already? You channel count shows 1. Give it time, Ripsmod. Give it time, Ripsmod. You just gotta believe. There it is. You just gotta believe. Sometimes, Ripsmod, you have no belief in the system. Sometimes, Ripsmod, you just have no belief. How dare you? Danny USA, Return to the Mac, Gringo Loco, Take Profit CB, Eddie O. Fenster, Straw Hat Oscar, Claude Squad. Claude Squad, are you using OpenClaw? Let me ask you a serious question. Are you using OpenClaw out there? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing out there? Using that there OpenClaw? What's up, big guy? How are you? Medi? How many Red Bulls today? 0. Absolutely, positively none, but we are partaking in the sweetest nectar of all. That is right. Saratoga sparkling water. It is delicious. Ah, yes. Actually didn't have any caffeine today except for the Excedrin pills that I took because I had a pounding headache. Because doing carry the 10 streams a week is a lot. But it's fun. Did you get those liquid death drinks yet? I have them. I have a case of them. They're just in my pantry right now. I haven't put them in my refrigerator over here. Have not put them in there yet. Red Bull plus 20 grams of creatine plus 3 grams of glycine. What the hell is glycine? Camille says, can you briefly focus, or can you briefly tell us how you play, what your strategy is? Do you have constant patterns? Do you look at the time zones? Can you come over and tuck me in at bed? Can you adopt me as a child? Can you give me $10,000 and will you put me through college? Hold on, I just got here. Jesus Christ. I just got here. My God. Anything else I can do while I'm at it? Holy shit. In due time, my friend, in due time. I did take a nap today, surprisingly. Boy, did I need it. Do you know how much sleep I'm functioning on right now? Anybody have any guess what this Whoop score looks like? No, gotta update my firmware. I got 3 hours and 35 minutes of sleep last night. I slept from 8:55 p.m. until 12:42 this morning. And I still brought you the stream. And it didn't even clock my nap because it was less than 15 minutes. My God. Whew. My goodness. How was the dentist? And I went to the dentist today. Very good. Feeling chompy. Feeling chompy. Yes, grind mode is correct. I will not let a single person on this planet try to outwork me, and if they do, they will fucking get destroyed. Not a single person on this planet will ever outwork me. Not a chance, not a shot. It will never happen. I will never see it on my watch. No shot, no doubt. All right, let's see what's happening here in the market. Not so much. What a terrible opening range. This is 826, 20 handles. In the NASDAQ? Are you kidding me? God, that smells terrible. 4 handles in the S&Ps, 20 handles in the NASDAQ. What's happening here in gold? Oh, God. Looks like a Jackson Pollock painting ejaculated on my screen. The same thing with silver here. Jesus. Well, it looks like it's going to be a learning GLOBEX and not a trading GLOBEX. A learning GLOBEX. Let's go back to this question here. Okay, how you play? I played dirty. What my strategy is. Momentum, auction theory, market structure. Do you have a constant patterns? Pitch and catch would be the best one to learn. Break and retest would be the second. Talk about those both on my YouTube channel. Do you look at the zones and just the reactions on Bookmap? Are you able to say something about it? Bookmap guides me through the order flow the same way that I used to look at a footprint chart or a TPO, but it visualizes it in a certain way. So for instance, if we're looking over here at these candles, you know what's important to me as an order flow trader? You know what I'm missing from this candle right here? What am I missing? As an order flow trader, what do I get from this candle? Well, I can see down here the total volume, 1.7 thousand contracts were taken and traded. But you know what I can't see in this candle? The exact moment and how much liquidity was taken at each level of this candle. This candle is a thick boy. That candle is 18 3/4 points tall. That's a big boy. 18 3/4. So you know what I can't see in that candle? I can't see how much liquidity was exchanged right here. How much liquidity was exchanged here on the bid, on the offer, what? That information as an order flow trader is extremely important to me because I want to see what happened here, what happened here. And as it pushed up, what happened here to reject and what happened down here to reject? Well, thank God we have a thing called Bookmap. Let's go back to that time, 1545. Let's go look at what that candle looks like in Bookmap, shall we? Come back with me on a fantastical journey in time as we find that same candle in Bookmap. There it is. And there she is, and so beautiful indeed. This candle is at 1546, and there she is. Look at that. I can see now in that candle, I can peek under its skirt, and I can see, well, there wasn't a lot of bids that were shaping up. Instead, it was people who were aggressively lifting the offer into some slight defense, followed by some bidders here. When they pulled back, still no bidders were being found. So what that says to me that we are seeing an aggressive squeeze in play. So what I can see in this candle is not nearly as much information that I can see as an order flow trader in this representation of that same exact candle. That is why Bookmap is important to me. And there we are lifting the offers once more, not aggressively as what you saw in that 1546 candle. But this is why this is not enough information for me as an order flow trader. And that's why on Bookmap, I use it. Does that make sense to you? That was for you. Camille, 892. Camille, 892. Are you here? Are you here? That was for you. Personalized one-on-one right here. What do you mean by lifting the offer? So what I mean by when you are aggressively lifting the offer, you're buying the offer. You are an aggressor in the book, an aggressor. You're going after any offers, and that can be because you're aggressively trying to build a position to the long side, or you are aggressively trying to close your position that is short. And look at that. Camille asked the questions and didn't even stick around for the answer. Can you believe it? This is why there's a 95% failure rate here in trading.
Nope.
Unbelievable. You know what? I bet you Camille probably got eaten by a jungle cat somewhere deep in the jungle. Or maybe they got attacked by a rabid dog somewhere out there. Oh, there they are. Oh, hello, Camille. I thought we lost you. It's party time, ladies and gentlemen. And matter of fact, Camille 892, ladies and gentlemen, here he is on the stage. Camille with the greatest question of the day so far. Give it up for Camille, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Thank you, Camille, for your question. It was very good, very informative. I appreciate you so much. AK says, hi, Rip. New here. What time do you trade live? Every day. 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time, and now 6 p.m. Eastern time. The nighttime streams, they run from Sunday, 6 p.m. through Thursday, 6 p.m. So anybody who tunes in exclusively to the GLOBEX streams, this is our final stream of the week. In fact, I will not be back for a GLOBEX stream until Sunday. How do you do a sound effect for everything? I have a great producer on this show who takes care of everything. He handles the mix of the music. I can also say, hey, go ahead and start bleeping my words so I can say So there you go. Great producer on the show that takes care of everything. Red Candles is here. Good to see you. Nice to have you with us here. Kelly Kaufman also with us. Thank you so much. H2O Junkie says, I see you area always varying just how tight in you zoom bookmap. Is there any pro tip for how to know it's got too thin to even bother? For example, if it looks thin within the 30 minutes of data on the screen, is that kind of that cuts off our interest? It depends, right? What's your trade idea? Are you looking for a broader idea? For instance, are we looking for a scalp here? Right now we're looking at the 1 minute, right? And we're using Rip Scalper Pro. This is one of the greatest add-ons that is not out yet in the TradingView. Rip Scalper Pro is not out yet. It is coming. We are finishing and putting some final touches on it. Same thing goes for Rip's Key Levels. This is available. We are doing an update to it right now to add more value to you. Rip's Key Levels, of course, is available for you today only for free. And every day after that. Actually, you know what? Every single day it will be available for you for free on TradingView. I'll make that promise to you. But for this, we are looking at the hourly high and low. And currently we have quite a bit of a little tight profile here. So if I'm looking for a scalp out of this range, for instance, I'm looking at this range right here. If I'm looking for a scalp out of this range, well, I'm going to have my book map zoomed out a little bit back just to shape out where that range is, right? So looking at where the previous point of control was all the way there at 862. For instance, if we started to find a lot of buyers and offers being lifted and maybe bids being supported underneath, what I want to see is interaction at that 62 level because this is a prior point of control. And if we come up to that area and we find some interesting exchanges going on, for instance, a lot of offers coming in and selling, that's going to be interesting to me because maybe I want to become a seller. Because look, especially if we're trading on props, which I assume that 95% of us that are watching the stream right now are, we can't control the flow of the orders, right? If you're trading a large personal account during GLOBEX, you can actually affect the order book. Contrary to other belief systems that are out there, ICT, but you can actually move the order book with hundreds of contracts during this time because the order book is so thin. We went over my gold trade during GLOBEX about 2 sessions ago, where I actually created a velocity logic event using only 100 contracts of gold. So what we're looking at here is that if we come up to a potential interaction area, we won't be able to change the flow of the orders, but what we can do is like those little fish that jump onto the big whales, we can suck the bacteria and plankton off of the big whales in the market and follow the flow of price. And that is our goal as prop firm traders. That's what we want to do. So for instance, again, in that shining example up there, you can see as I've drawn my box up yonder, we'd be looking for price to interact up here and possibly finding some bigger orders capping that off because you can see a bit of the volume profile showing some interest there, especially on the offer side, right? The profile is dominated by offers, specifically there where the point of control is. So if we come up to that area, we're enthused by offers, we'd be looking to finally sell that up there. Now, conversely, going back to the chart, if we do come up to that area of price and we do find a break and a retest, we'd be looking to long that because not only is it where the point of control was, but it is that same exact area that we marked out for a few sessions now. And what's interesting about this is that we've been talking about that 62 3/4 level of price for a very long time. And in fact, that is exactly where the point of control moved to at the end of today's session. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Is anybody surprised by that? I'm certainly not. Rips, do you think that proficiency with understanding key gamma levels, reading order flow, and identifying key levels for volume profile are three of the most important tools for trading success? For my personal trading style, they are extremely important. Your mileage may vary. Some people can trade just fine off of basic candlesticks, even without volume, just trading off of concurrent patterns, the repeating patterns that you're seeing in the market over and over. And if you're doing that with a good risk reward, it's perfectly fine to take all the stuff that I'm talking about, put it in a bin of nonsense and never pay attention to it. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it will work for you. And just because it works for you doesn't mean it will work for me. But this is my trading style. This is what I know. This is how I've been trading. And this is what I'm here to teach. Can you add the New York Midnight Open to your indicator? I do remember you from the regular trading hour stream. It's something that we have added to the potential of adding to the Rips Key Levels indicator. But the next update is going to be including something very sweet. It will be in the patch notes, and hopefully we should be able to get that to you next week, early next week, and maybe even a Sunday launch for GLOBEX. Speaking of announcements and launches, we do have a very special exclusive announcement coming out here in just 43 short minutes. So I hope that you folks that are watching right now will stick around for that. I think you'll be very, very smitten to hear about it. AK asks, what time do you trade live until tonight? Usually until the cows come home. We'll find out. We'll see if there's any setups first. Right now we are rising like a loaf of bread here. Let's go ahead and look at peek at the order flow here as we are pushing up towards 62 1/4. I would like to see if we do have that transpire as we thought it would, where we'd find either a break and retest or a heavy amount of offers up there, currently rejecting just underneath. Hussein, good to see you. Good afternoon. What do you make of today's AM price action? I thought we did pretty well. We made about $25,000 in our funded accounts across props. And I thought it was a great session, and there was a lot of teaching going on this morning. The only downside that I did notice was the fact that there was issues with Tradevate, so that kind of spoiled a couple of folks who were watching a couple of their sessions. So outside of that, I thought it was a nice session, very range bound, but very tight. I think that the world is waiting for some additional news coming this weekend, so we'll have to see how Sunday's GLOBEX will shape up, given that we might see some interesting news coming out this weekend. If we're looking at tomorrow's calendar, we do have the Q4 annualized GDP price index. That is for the 2025 Q4 annualized GDP price index, coming out tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. We also have the core PCE price index. Remember, the PC is what the Fed looks for for inflation. It is very important. So we should see tomorrow around 8:30 a pretty decent profile forming off of that news. I do hope that you will join me for that session. We're also going to have the PMI at 945. As far as Fed speakers go, we're also going to have Raphael Bostic speaking right when that PMI is coming out. That's a preliminary S&P manufacturing PMI for February. So how many people remember the level that we had on our chart here, 62 1/4? It is interesting to see the price failing as we auction up towards that area, almost as if we talked about this exact scenario playing out. Rips, your X videos are badass, dude. Thank you, Hussein. I appreciate that. We spend a lot of time, the content team and I, we do spend a lot of time to put out some of the best trading content out here on the internet. I do appreciate if you share it, if you make sure that you comment and like. It does do a lot for the algorithms out there. We are actually growing quite rapidly. In fact, in the last 28 days, we have gained about 8,000 subs to the YouTube channel, currently sitting at 47,000 subs, just shy of 3,000, away from 50,000 subs. So I do hope that we can hit 50,000 subs Next week, it'll be quite the milestone, and then on the road to 75,000 and so on. Rips, I commented on an Insta post that some guy with your profile pic was giving out a WhatsApp number. I swear I wasn't calling you a scammer. Oh, okay. They removed that. Instagram is actually really good about removing scammers from Instagram. People who try to portray me and try to get people to scam. This is a good time to remind you that I will never personally DM you. I will never reach out to you and DM you and ask you how your trading's going. If you have received a DM from somebody who looks like me asking how your trading is going, and then subsequently offering you some type of trading copy service or crypto or something, it is not me. It will never be me. It is a scammer. I promise you, I do offer nothing other than free streams. If anybody is asking you for money in the name of Rips, it's a liar, it's a scammer, it's a fraud. Everything I do it for you, and I promise to always do it for free. No Rips merch. So we are holding underneath that 62 quarters level. It has not rejected violently, so I haven't taken a trade around it. We might not even take a trade around it, but I'm happy to go over it and talk about it there. So that 6K I wired is gone. Unfortunately, it is as good as gone, my friend. I've talking to you for 6 months now on DM. That's not you. Well, if you reached out to me first and it's a blue check mark, it might be me. If I haven't tried to sell you anything, it certainly could be me. Yes. So if you reach out to me first, yes. But again, if there's somebody in your DMs that is claiming to be me and they're trying to get money from you or sell you something in some sort of way, it is not me. There are tons of scammers out there. In fact, there's tons of people that have reached out to me and said that, you know, how I subscribe to your copy trading service. I said, I don't have one. And then they go, what is this? I said, well, that's a scam, my friend. The feet pics you sent were not me. It was me. I love those feet pics. I printed them out and I put them on my bedside table. I look at them every single night before I throw a beat and fall asleep. Yep, that is true. Fair value gap. Don't fail me now. That's the same thing I said to my wife on the first date that we had. Please don't fail me now with that gap, baby girl. I love it. Thank you, Nightbot. Lucid code there in chat. Rips trades on Instagram. That is the real Rips. That is actually me. But again, there are some misspellings of that name that do look awfully a lot like it, and some folks out there can't tell the difference. So just be careful. Just be careful. What are we waiting for, Cap? We're waiting for 62 quarters to interact with. Sometimes GLOBEX gives us a treat. Sometimes it gives us a stale loaf of bread harder than a rock. Sometimes we just have to sit here and be patient. We have had some interesting GLOBEX streams since we started doing these. Nothing really super fantastic and worth my equity to be trading. So I'm laying off for now. Hey, Rose, why do you think the market's been struggling lately for direction? I think that we are in a state of flux right now where the market can go multiple ways. We're in an interesting point right now where we haven't had many headlines that are guiding the market up or down. We're waiting for a new Fed chair to come in. We are potentially facing a global conflict, and we are waiting on some key data points. With the Fed not changing rates and with the run that we just saw in precious metals, the market is holding right now as it seeks for its next directionality point. But overall, if you're looking at the broader term profile, which we can pull up right now, if we're looking at the broader term profile, we are looking to probably auction much lower. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that if we're breaking back below 24,200, which is the last time we saw it was back in November. So the levels that I'm looking for a breakdown to the south side would be visited potentially in the next week or so if we can get down there. In fact, it could happen on tomorrow's session, even though it's a lot of points. It can happen in a single session perfectly fine. Conversely, we did break this trend to the downside. If we did find some strength to regain that trend, that could also happen in the coming weeks, but we'd have to have some very fantastical news coming out here. This is, of course, why I use session volume profile on an H4 chart, because it allows you to see very clearly what type of profile we're dealing with. And in fact, if you look at the S&Ps, it's quite similar. We are trading index equity futures, and you can see profile is almost identical where we did have a break of this. We are auctioning below it. We haven't sought these lows just yet. There's that triple sort of low setup here that we haven't sought yet. If we do make it down that way, we could potentially bounce, regain that trend, but none of that has happened just yet. So we have to be patient and wait. And that's okay. As traders, one of the best skills and underrated skills is waiting and being patient. Points gamble, sure, why not? Let's do it. We are pushing up here. That's why I cautioned against getting too early into a short here. What do you think is going to happen in this session? I think that the profile is going to build something fierce. Maybe we'll develop into something. We are popping above that 68 quarters level. Next level to watch to the upside is the previous 4-hour high. You can see it quite clearly here. Let's watch it in Bookmap to see if we are lifting offers aggressively. Right now, aggressive is never the right word to use given that the tape is moving quite slowly. Okay, points gamble it is. Bank of Japan is potentially looking at a 68% rate hike as well right now. Let's do 336. Or I'm sorry, 636. Hell, let's do 46. I'll give you folks something delicious here to chew on. Five minutes for the channel points gamble over on Kick. 5 minutes. It is live now. Make your bets. Matt says, hello, Ribs, your GOAT. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Was using your code for Lucid to support a little bit. You're an amazing person. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I know you don't have to, and I know there's plenty of choices out there. I do appreciate you folks showing that love. Jay Chill says up 25 points on this NQ long. Let's fucking go. There you go.
He's on fire!
Nice work there. Living up to the name. Jay Chill Green's really toasting it up there. Amazing. Diego says, loving using the volume profile rips literally helps confirm zones. Exactly right. We're using information. It's called MGI, market generated information. The information is given to us from the live auction. Remember, folks, why did people succeed in the pits before there was electronic trading? It's because you could visually see the representation of these orders. This is why I recommend reading the books Markets in Profile, Mind Over Market, so you can learn what the C period is, the D period is. All of these things matter to you as a trader because the auction has gone digital, but it's still the same idea. We're all in a big pit auctioning what the fair value is for the price of index equity futures. In this case, we're focused squarely on NASDAQ, but it works for any instrument. AMT works for any instrument. What's up, Mark Hammond? How are you? Our Scales says, what charts have the Bookmap like that? Bookmap is available for equities, for futures, and for crypto. So any of the markets that have an active auction will be represented in Bookmap just the same. Dag Million says, Rips, which car that you have driven is your favorite? My current lineup right now is my favorite. I was actually talking to my wife. We're going out to dinner tomorrow. I was asking her which car we're going to take to dinner tomorrow. I think I'll probably take you guys along for the ride, so we'll make it a surprise. We'll do a live stream on Kick. We'll do an IRL stream, and we'll have a little chat as we cruise to dinner tomorrow. Will be a lot of fun. How can I find out about your setups on the screen, which is shown left screen? How? First, I would say download the indicator. It's free. This will give you a lot of help. Rips key levels. You can pause your stream and screenshot this. I have basically every single thing selected. And then, of course, my time zone is set to New York because I'm an East Coaster. And these are my session times. Again, pause the stream, take a screenshot. That's what I have it set as. I have it as ready, steady, go in that order. So it's blocked out: red zone, green zone, yellow zone, repeating. So there you have it. Am I in a trade right now? I promise you I am not. My position size is 0. Japan national CPI year over year coming in 10 basis points cooler than expected at 1.5%. The expectation was 1.6%. CPI ex fresh food year over year coming in exactly as expected at 2.0%. So no big change there in the Japanese national CPI. That will not be affecting the Nikkei since it is in line with expectations. Harold says, Rips, how do you go about your trading journal? Started yesterday looking for things on how to see what I'm doing and critique it. One of the best things that I would recommend is starting with Google Docs. It's easy to use. You can screenshot your trades, your trade ideas, and immediately paste them directly into a Google Docs and write some text about them. I'm a very fast typer, so for me to get an idea down from my head to a page, the transfer rate from that to my fingers is a lot faster than me writing in a notepad. Some people do like physically writing in a notepad, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only downside is you can't screenshot your trades. Docs.google.com is free. Evernote is another one that I've heard is very good. I used to use Evernote way back in the day. It's great because it transfers to your phone as well. Google Docs does, but it's a little bit clunkier than Evernote. But I would recommend docs.google.com. It's free. Write down your psychology, what you're feeling about a trade. Write down what your trade idea was. You can start naming your setups. You can write down what your hit rate is on that setup. And if you want to get very fancy pants, you can start using journaling software like TradeZella is one of these softwares that's pretty good. But a lot of people find it a little bit too overwhelming because it becomes too made for you and you don't have your own psychological input, nor are you reviewing your psychological notes, which I think is one of the most important things that led me to the next level in my own trading. So what I recommend is the docs.google.com approach, writing down what you felt on the session, where you went wrong, what you'd be looking for improvement. Those are the things that helped me transcend to the next level of my trading, because I am one of those people who firmly believes that I was psychologically violating myself as a trader, and that was what was keeping me at a baseline level and not ramping up in my trading. We have a way of self-sabotaging or just not knowing what our problems are. We want to put them away, lock them in a box, never really revisit those problems. One of the things that I think are so important is keeping that box wide open, like, as wide open as possible, and really exploring those things. And one of the best things that I would recommend is that as you write these things out, you had a really garbage day, write out exactly what went wrong. You went on tilt, you started to blow accounts, you couldn't stop yourself, you didn't know what you were doing. And then the very next day before your session starts, go back and review that journal entry and commit all those things to mind so that when they are coming to your top of mind and you start to do those things again, you can think about what the end result would be of committing those exact same atrocities that you did to give yourself a bad red day. So for me, one of my biggest problems when I was trading early on in my trading career was tilt. I would consistently go on tilt. I would do the dumbest trades. I would be embarrassed of myself. I would self-sabotage. The way that I avoided that is being very confrontational with my own self, writing out exactly what led me to do those types of trades, what committed me to those types of actions, and just reading how damaging those things were to myself kept me from doing them. And in fact, it allowed me to identify a physical tell on my body. In my own case, it was feeling heat behind my ears. If I started to feel that heat behind my ears, do you think I would continue to trade? No. I would immediately stop, lock up, close any opening position that I had. In fact, I had in Dash Trader Pro a flatten all button that I would press. It would cancel all of my open positions, even if they were in the profit. And I would lock up and get away from my screens, because I found that that was what was detrimental to my trading career, was going on tilt and doing unruly things. I could feel it as a physical tell on my body. So one of the things that you can question in your own trading is, do I feel a physical tell? Do I notice something where it's coming loose? Does my heart start racing? Does my mouth get dry? Do I start to get all shifty? Do I start clicking rapidly? Find out what that physical tell is and try to have an interrupt. And I know it's easier said than done, but the sooner that you start working on this, the sooner that you will see progress in your trading, because we are masters at self-sabotage in trading. Masters. What is the price we're looking for? 62 and a quarter. In fact, kind of blew right through it as we're talking here, but I don't mind. If we get a nice pullback here at all, maybe perhaps back to this previous 4-hour high, there might be an opportunity to trade around that level. Hunter says, I went on tilt today, so much anxiety. You know, that's one of the best things that you can do early in your trading career. Don't let a day of tilt go to waste. Journal every single thing you can. Contain all of those emotions, put them onto a page, and write extensively about what happened stage by stage of that psychological event. If you can do that, you can go back and read it and see what led you to do that to yourself and potentially start ways to get in the way of it and stop doing that to yourself. Matt says, eval pass. Give it up for Matt. Very, very nice there. Obviously long and strong. What's up, Ashton? How are you? Diego says, TP hit, done trading. Take care, everyone. See y'all. GLOBEX Sunday with Ribs. Let's go, Diego. Sounds like you're taking Friday off there. We are pushing higher right now. Looks like some stops are getting ran. We are above 68.80 in the S&Ps. We are seeing some folks panic on the bids go here a little bit and pushing up ever so slightly. I do want to see if we have any kind of rejection underneath 890 here for a potential pullback at all where the New York Open was. I do expect that we are going to interact with price up here because we are at these topping areas, these topping wicks. If we interact with price, we have any type of pullback. Do remember that equities are open for another 24 more minutes. Once those equities close, we do see a change of the tape in equity, index equity futures. I haven't taken a single trade so far on GLOBEX now. For me, I can tell tilt. This is from Fenster. There, when my brain goes to the place of I'm going to burn it all to the ground, but it starts with I can fix this. If I can say I can fix this, I have to walk away. There you go. Very smart. Do you ever view tick chart rips? This is as close as I'm going to get to a tick chart. I used to trade on a tick chart, but no longer. This is as close as I get to a tick chart currently, right here and now. Looking for a potential sweep all the way up towards 68.90 in the S&Ps. If these bids shape up here in the NASDAQ, it will be interesting to see if we can tap into them a little bit, pull back, and then continue this push to the upside here. Is the pitch and catch same as break and retest? It's slightly different. It is slightly different. I do recommend watching the videos on my YouTube channel specifically about that to see if there's anything that sticks out to you that is helpful in your own trading. Let's see on this pullback. We are seeing some heavier orders coming in right now. I do want to see potentially if we have some exhaustion underneath these 80s. If we do exhaust underneath these 80s, we are heading back to that New York Open level. That is an interesting level here to watch. We almost tapped right into it. Be curious to see if we have weakness at these 80s and potentially some stronger overhead supply in the S&Ps here. Right now, the market is showing us a lot of green in equities, so that is something to note. Rod Stone has never felt a tilt at poker, but trading causes me to tilt like no other. Yep, it can happen to the best of us. It's interesting how good our mind is at unwinding us from doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. Take care, J. Chill. Colby agrees that 80s are the spot to watch. You can see that volume is subsiding after we had that squeeze there, definitely blowing out some shorts. So we'll have to see if that volume wants to come back in at all. We have 7 more minutes until that gamble points channel will be paid out in kick. Since we are auctioning lower, I want to try just a cheeky little short here underneath these 80s. If we do have that weakness, I am targeting a fail down to 70s even, seeing if we can potentially get a little bit aggressive into this move. Just putting on one contract, copying it 5 times. If we do break below 75, I do want to look for ads. 68.80 is the line in the sand in the S&Ps. If we don't get exactly what we're looking for, I do want to cut this short. So let's see if we have any failures up towards 82 in the S&Ps potentially, and some failures down here potentially through 75 to the downside, given that there are some folks that are capping on some orders here. So looking for this failure below 72. You can see As we tapped into that, we did find some immediate buyers just below the New York Open. So definitely want to make note of that flow. If we do have buyers that are interested in bringing this back up, we want to be watching 82 on the S&Ps and 85 in the NASDAQ here. So pushing up into some offers here. Not seeing the same type of squeeze energy that we had before. Trading TPT currently. Looking for that potential break of 70 down below. We have 80s to the downside in the S&Ps, and we have some bidders at 74 through 73 here. So let's see how this shakes down here. I want to be avoiding any kind of icebergs here to the downside as well, so be very cognizant if we are breaking down into any kind of icebergs here. 80s are tapping in, and we are starting to flush below. I do want to see this failing through 73 to the downside here. Let's see if we get this little tap that we're looking for. Currently, some bids are shaping up at 74 and 73. So just keep that in mind. Previous 4-hour high there, just around 72. Currently holding at the 80s in the S&P. What's up, Flower Sunshine? How are you? If we do break through this bid stack, I think it'll be a tremendous flush. It all comes down to that liquidity resting at 80s in the S&Ps. It is a very slow market currently, but we are sort of holding at the New York Open for the time being. I do have some orders stacked up below to peel us out of this position if it does start to roll here. I do expect that we will get more liquidity in the market in potentially the next 18 minutes or so as well. Some bids are showing up right now at 73. See if we can get filled just below that flush for anything really. We did get filled there at 74 even, since we are just kind of holding right now. I do have a stop also, a very tight stop here if we don't flush 74 here and now, since 80s are holding in the S&Ps. But just a nice little light trade here. I don't like if we hold at those 80s for too long, especially since there are a lot of bids shaping up here at 74 for the time being. But we are currently underneath the New York Open. I'm okay to take a scratch trade on this if it doesn't come to fruition, but here we are fading into that previous 4-hour high now. See if we get that walking down a little bit. The S&Ps are still holding, which I'm not a huge fan of. And we might get stopped out here on the final contract. And we just got stopped out. 90 bucks. A small little scalp as the market was going sideways there. Bro, how did you avoid training yesterday? Chop, how did you identify it so fast? Just looking at the market, really. Just watching the flow of the market. Very tight stop on that final contract, even though we might roll here. It's just, if you're looking at the profile of the S&Ps, you can see it's just going exactly sideways right now. So I don't want to risk having it jump up 6 handles and going into the red here. Some trade ideas work, some trade ideas just kind of fizzle out. This one I will call a fizzle. A fizzling trade idea, given that the S&Ps decided to go exactly sideways. Hi Rips, the thing that which confused me about volume profiles, how far you should see it. It shows different levels on the 4-hour and the different on the 1 minute. So we talked about this at the top of the show, Cyborg. But if we're looking to scalp this range of price, that's the volume profile I'm looking at. If we're looking to scalp or trade a broader idea, let's say from here to here, we're looking at that version of the volume profile. So given that we're only transacting in this small area of price right now, the volume profile that matters is where we're going and where we've been and where we've traded. You can look left at the prior session of where we were trading. We are currently breaking below 68.80 only by a tick now. Very, very slow here. Uncle says, I'm still mentally exhausted from getting wrecked AM session yesterday. I have 30 bucks on one, 120 on the other, left drawdown. I would just say, honestly, take the rest of the week off. Come and reset yourself for Sunday's GLOBEX stream. I would not be putting myself through that, you know. What's up, Yolanda? Good evening. How are you? Hey brother, how can I get the volume range on the side of the screen on TradingView? I can't seem to find it. That, my friend, is called Visible Range Volume Profile, VRVP, another free indicator on TradingView. Available for everybody. Still just trading completely and totally sideways right now. Let's see what the channel points gambles are saying here. 646. It looks like the overs are going to take this one. 875. Wow, 875 it is. And again, that's why I covered my trade, just because I didn't want to see that 6-handle push that was shaping up there. That's why we had to stop in place. The overs win this one. Congratulations to the overs. Let's do another one here. Let's do one for 706. Let's do this. 5 minutes for this prediction, 706. Let's lock it in. Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought I was going to have a month of MC off that one. Well, Edio, you know, there's always another channel points gamble that you can go for. Nobody's going to stop you. Lido says, I'm going to ask Grok for the answer. There you go. Using that AI. Why don't you have your Claude bot look into it and start chatting for you? Take a break. Dag Million says, due to consistency rule, I am 10 bucks away from being funded. What's your advice? I overshot my price target by 300 bucks, but can't seem to get the last 10 bucks to the target now. Instead of going for 10 bucks, just take a few good trades. Don't pay attention to your P&L. Just take a few good trades. That's all you should be squarely focused on, is taking a few good trades. If you overshoot it by 500 bucks, great. If you overshoot it by 100 bucks, fantastic. We did pull back to the previous 4-hour high here, rejected the short, and now are auctioning slightly higher. We are closing in on the top of the hour where there can be a lot of news, or simply the equities market coming to a close for Thursday's trading, preparing for Friday's open at 4 a.m. Eastern time. So that will definitely give us an opportunity to find a trade potentially. OpTop says, full port the remaining bucks. Well, that's not bankroll management for your channel points. I would say that's not a good way to go after it. Steve Ford says, what other charts and data do you watch that we can't see on stream? Go on my Instagram account, Instagram.com/ripstrades. Go view my story and you can see my exact screen layout, exactly what it looks like from my viewpoint and my perspective. How much did you make this morning? We made $25,000 across all of our funded accounts, TPT, Alpha Funds or Alpha Futures, and of course on Apex, which is here, which what for some, oh, because of the alert. There we go. We made $11,000 here on our Apex today. That brings our total profit across these accounts to $49,000, which I'm super proud of. Day 4 of trading those accounts. Have not traded them yet during GLOBEX. And I might not. I might not trade them for the rest of the week, if I'm being honest. It depends on what the price action is. I've had a very fruitful week in Apex. I don't want to push the gas if I don't need to. I got nothing but time in this world. So here we are, just waiting for the top of the hour now. At the top of the hour at 7 p.m., there is also an exclusive drop that I have for everybody who is tuned in right now. You will not want to miss it. I promise you, it is going to be something that really tickles that pickle. It really is going to flick the bean and excite your life. This, I promise you. You ever blew account one day before payouts, and how did it affect you? I don't know, man. This happens way too fast. Somehow I couldn't stop today. Well, this is what we talk about journaling for, because if you can start to identify when you are going through those motions, the ideology is that hopefully next time you'd be able to avoid that. And that's why we talk about journaling. Remember, if trading was easy, we'd all be billionaires, or it would actually pay us nothing. Trading would pay us as much as the lowest wage job on planet Earth if it was easy. The reason why it's hard is one of the reasons is because we're humans and we have human psychology. One of the things that we all do is what other 95% of traders do. We cause problems. We tilt. We do what you did today, Uncle. You go on tilt. You blow your account. The last day to payout, you throw away all of those days that you built up to get that payout. And the rest is history. If trading were easy, we'd all be making no money from trading because it wouldn't pay much. Trading pays a lot because it's so difficult. I make hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes in a day, from trading my personal account because trading is so damn hard. And I'm up against literal rocket scientists that are against me, trying to beat me in these trades. If you can get a handle on your own psychology, you might have a shot of succeeding in trading. Is social media required to tickle my pickle? For tonight, no, it is not. All that's required from you is having a pair of eyes and a pair of ears. In fact, if you only have one good eye and one good ear, that will qualify too. So if there's any pirates that are watching that are half deaf, matey, you're in luck. Rips, thanks for everything you do. I got my first trade of 5 payments from 2 accounts today. Small, 500 each. Okay, stop it right there. Did you say small and 500 each? Don't ever use small and 500 each. $500 is $500 is $500. Last time I checked, $500 is probably what you would make working a full week at a regular job after taxes are taken out. Did they take 10% right away? Yes, they take their cut immediately. Is Kick better than YouTube? Well, that's in the eye of the beholder. Kick happens to have a more rowdy crowd who gets a little crazy. Sometimes, they're a good bunch of folks. We do have channel points on there. If you want to say hello to the Kicksters, I'll show you this rowdy bunch right here and now. Kicksters, say hello. Say hi. Let's see who's, you're on TV right now. Say hi, Kicksters. You can get channel points just by watching, and this is a very nice crowd of people they are. You can get channel points just for watching. This is the channel point store, by the way. All these amazing prizes, Apex Eval, any size, 50K Tradeify Growth account, 50K Lucid Flex Eval, 50K Lucid Pro, TPT test account. Look at this. You can even get a 150K Lightning funded account. That's an account where you are funded on day one. You can get this just by watching over on Kick, and you might say, well, Kick might be too expensive for me, and I'd say, nay, Kick is free. Kick is free to watch. It's free to sign up. It's faster. The audio quality is better. The stream lag is better. The stream latency is lower. In fact, you might even start questioning why you were watching on YouTube in the first place. Highly recommend you check it out. But they are a rowdy bunch. Wolf, tell us how you really feel. Ongo says, thanks, bro. Appreciate every answer. Last question. Do you have any bias for today because of all news, Iran, and possible Supreme Court decision? Well, instead of me telling you my bias, I'm going to tell you something that's much more valuable. Just by you asking that question, I know exactly where your mindset is. You've had enough. You want the answer. You want to know up or down so you can press the button and recover all of the sadness that you experienced today. That will not serve you any good purpose in the long run. Instead, what you need to do in this moment is go to docs.google.com and you need to write down every single emotion that you went through today. And you need to start taking seriously this whole trading thing, because if you don't, you're going to be back here in the next couple of weeks having the same sob story about how you went on tilt and you hurt yourself again and you didn't get to payouts. And that is not something that I want to see. Instead, I want to see you being a winner. And I know the clear path to you being a winner is taking it seriously. That's going to start with journaling here and now. Now is the time to do it. The best time was yesterday. The even better time was a year ago. Second best time to do it is today, here and now. Commit to me, Uncle, that you're going to start doing it here and now instead of asking me whether we go up or down from here. One Beyond Limit says, why doesn't he trade in the morning? Well, I made $25,000 this morning across my funded accounts. If you don't call that trading, I don't know what you would consider trading. I don't know. Maybe if I made $25,001, we could call it trading. Maybe if I made $25,002, we could call it trading, but I'm not sure. I have a different definition of trading. When I actively enter and put risk on in the markets like I did this morning, well, I do call that and consider that trading. Gringo Loco says, yeah, but you have 250 accounts, so it's only like $100 in each account. That is spoken like a true and absolute moron. What you just said is quite possibly the dumbest thing that has been spoken this entire morning. What I'm doing is building these accounts up so that I can take a $60,000 payout. It may not seem like a lot to you, and I'm not good at math, but you said you have 250 accounts. Well, I have 20 accounts. I have 20 Apex accounts, and it works out to be about $591 per account. I understand that math might not be your strong suit, so I can show you here what that looks like. These are my Apex accounts. They are PA accounts. And you can see right here that I am making great progress. In fact, I'm up $2,400 per account. Why? Because I'm taking it slow. Now, if I was deciding to trade like a chuckle fuck piece of shit loser, I might have blown these accounts already. If I had the mindset of, well, $591 per account isn't anything. Well, I probably would have blown the accounts, shoved a thumb up my ass, and called myself a retard and looked in the mirror and said, by God, I look just like Gringo Loco. I look just like Gringo Loco. A true retard. Anyway. We will always find excuses and ways to complain at the end of the day. I do hope you find happiness, Gringo Loco. It is out there in your trading. I promise you this. Hey, Rips, with Apex trailing drawdown, do you use micros? That is the only thing I use, is trading micros. We are just 1 minute away. Do I need a ban? No. Why would we ban? The retards keep the chat fresh. I don't want to ban any of the retards. Plus, we're going to take jobs away from the folks who drive the short bus. And if we start banning all the retards, all the people who drive the short bus will be out of a job, and I don't want to restrict the jobs in the economy. Let's be honest. Do not ban them. And like Drew says, they do make the rest of the chat look like geniuses, so let's keep them in there. Rip, you seem like a cool guy. How long did it take you to make it in trading? About 2 years of losing, year 3 to turn the corner, year 4 and 5 to really start making it happen. All right, folks, 15 more seconds until we can drop what I think you folks are really going to enjoy here. Who's ready? Who's ready? Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, exclusively for you. Here it comes. Open wide. Ba-bang! 50% off any eval for Lucid. Valid through March 3rd. 50% off. 50% off on all Lucid evals. Get them while they're hot. Get them while they're hot. Of course, Go Drips will get you there. There you go. January, February, March, April 3rd, March 4th or April, I don't know. Anyway, 50% off for you guys. I don't know my months. I can barely count to 3. 1, 2, 7. Damn it, I did it again. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 50% off. You get 2 uses of it. So choose wisely. Choose wisely. 50% off any evaluation account on Lucid. Thanks to the folks at Lucid for sponsoring today's stream and hooking us up for GLOBEX, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to Lucid. I'm going to go ahead and post that on my Twitter account now. Not only for new users, it's for any users. Any users. Rips, flex better or black? We had a kind of conversation about that. I'm not exactly sure. I think the Lucid Black accounts are better, but some people like the Lucid Flex accounts because there's no caps on or no consistency. Check out the rules, see what's best for you. What's my X handle? It's Rips. X.com/Rips. Lucid is so legit. In fact, Lucid paid me in under 30 seconds on my last payout. In fact, you know what? I'll tell you, I'll link the YouTube video if you want to see how fast they paid me. It was unbelievable, truly unbelievable. And I'm not just saying that. It was totally unexpected. I took a $15,000 payout from Lucid right here. $15,000 payout from Lucid. And they were the fastest, the absolute fastest. I mean, they somehow beat Tradeify, which was the leading. Tradeify paid me out in 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Lucid hit my bank account in under 90 seconds, I believe. Under 90 seconds from request to hitting my bank. It's in the video. You have to watch it. But a $15,000 payout that fast is incredible. Just tried it, only saying 40% off. Give it a little patience here. Give it a little patience. Give it a little patience. It should be working. They got to flip the switch for us. For all the ripsters out there. Yep, markets are moving here. Give me a second here. They said, hold off. Give it another few minutes. Rips, how do you watch ES, NVIDIA, Microsoft, VIX while trading the NQ? It confused me, so many tickers. If you look at that Instagram post that I did today, you can see exactly how I monitor those. Those are on a monitor right here. And I have no problem staring at them while I'm trading Bookmap over here and executing down here. Dig your hat. Do you have a merchandise store? I do not. I do not. No, I do not. This is not my own merch. Question, if you don't mind, are you using TradingView to chart and wealth charts to execute? TradingView is what I use to chart. I also use Bookmap. Wealth charts is what I execute on. But I do also like wealth charts, having these key levels. They created this for me when I spoke at a wealth charts conference last year. They created this key levels indicator for me, and it was, and still is, very good. If you want it, Ripsmod can drop a link to my layout. So just bear with me on this, folks. Just waiting for Lucid to open it up and activate it for all of us so we can start to load up on some accounts here. Overs are going to take this home, I do believe. 881, 7 p.m. was the go signal. No. What are you guys saying overs win for? Oh, 706, my fault. I thought it was 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. 885. 885. Wow. The overs win by 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you are enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit the like button. I do appreciate it. It does help me out quite a bit. It does help out the YouTube algorithm as well. What's next? We are just waiting to see if we are going to trade around these highs and possibly reject, maybe for a scalp lower. If you speak to wealth charts, please ask to add tick charts. It's something that they're working on currently right now, so I will pass that message along. What is it actually like placing trades on wealth charts? I use my hotkeys right here. I just press the button and it executes the trade. So it's very seamless for me when I'm using my hotkeys. Are you planning to cover London session anytime soon? Maybe. I try to commit to as many streams as I can. Right now, what I can commit to is 8 a.m. in the morning Eastern time and 6 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday. The regular stream is Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. John says, I've been journaling my trades for a whole year now. My trading got better exponentially. Now I will add my emotions during those trading days. Thanks, great advice. Very nice. Am I in a position? I am not. You will know if I'm in a position because I will call it out quite clearly. So just waiting right now. Just watching the price. Super, ultra, mega big chilling right now as the market is just kind of settling in and moving quite slowly after that big reaction for the top of the hour, and equities are now closed. We are holding above 850 and we are below 912 3/4. In the S&Ps, we are still under 86, so those are the levels I am watching currently. Julie says the 320 I just made was on my phone on wealth charts. Let's go, baby. Way to go, Julie's. You love to see that. Apex said they aren't tracking any outages for account resets that were blown this morning. Any suggestions? I don't know why Tradeovate keeps on screwing people. It's really annoying. If you know, I felt the same pain last week as I lost $50,000 in my TPT funded accounts. That is, for a lot of people, life-changing money. I haven't heard back on what they're doing about that. I know that they've submitted my case. There's really not much I can do about it, and it is truly annoying that Tradeovate prop has been such an issue for a lot of us traders out there. I really don't know anything that I can say that will comfort you other than buckle down and be patient. I did not get those TPT back. I did not. No. Nor did I ever claim that I did. I said that they were working on it. So, $55,000 in payouts is what was taken away. Quicksand, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Gus says, opened up an eval on wealth charts this afternoon. Really like it a lot. Isn't that 30% MAE line really great? Isn't that something? Rips, are you Pro Plus in TPT? No, I am not Pro Plus, actually. I'm Pro, but I lost the Pro accounts, and so I had to reset those, unfortunately. So, definitely some cost for that. $650 per account, so $3,700 or something like that. They have a 1.8 on Trustpilot. Who are we talking about, Colby? We're talking about Tradeovate? Jay Trader says, I'm such a half-assed journaler. I really need to develop that system. I feel like every time I do journal, I include too much info and then I get overwhelmed and reject the ideas. The thing about journaling is that you are usually the only person who is going to read your journal. So it's perfectly fine for you to be very casual in your journal. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. We are pushing up towards this potential 900 squeeze here. 86 would likely be a topping point in the S&Ps. Let's see how it reacts here. Can we attach wealth charts to Lucid? I think it is actually coming to Lucid soon. I think wealth charts is coming to Lucid soon, if I'm not mistaken. There was another trading prop firm that did add Lucid support. I think it was Friends and Family or something like family funded something rather. Rips, I lost my Apex account, had 3 opened. Is the reason I only used 1 though? Is there any salvation for me with them? I was a major beta test for wealth charts. What happened, Piper Jane? You lost, what happened? I don't know. Explain what happened. Why trading Asia? Is there enough movement? Well, we don't always have to trade. We can come on here and talk strategy if that's all right. Rips, thanks to you, I now have 5 150K accounts on TPT. Let's go, baby. No activation fee, 40% off. Code RIPS all the way, baby. Funded but still need a pass buffer. I will tell you this, that buffer is the easiest thing to pass if, I would not say easy, but more doable if you're trading on micros. Trading on micros. You have plenty of drawdown trading on micros. A lot of people make the mistake and try to get out of that trailing drawdown on day 1. If it takes you 2 weeks to get out of that trailing drawdown using micros, more power to you. Who are you to say that that's the wrong thing to do, you know? You lost your account with Apex. How, though? Did you lose it per your own trading? Did you lose it for an outage? Did you lose it because of Tradeovate? Did you lose it, like... I'm not sure what we're saying. Had 3 accounts is the reason, but honestly, I only used 1. Did you... Again, I'm trying to... I want to help. I do want to help. Crazy how flat silver was today after one move. Yeah, we are seeing metals cool off a little bit. Code is not working yet. Yeah, I haven't had the final go-ahead yet. They told me 7 p.m. Eastern, and of course, they want to make me look like a moron. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best here. Trying to make $10 past the account. Now turned it into $250. That's okay. It's okay. Stop thinking about how much you need to pass. Just take good trades and slow down. And if there's no trades to take, don't take any trades. The more you try to force it, the more the market will push back and make you feel stupid. Hey, Rips, why don't you continue streaming on the Asia Open? Do you trade the Asia market time? There is this thing I need called sleep. So, unfortunately, I do need to sleep at some point. I did get 3 hours of sleep last night, so I could be live this morning. I did try to take a nap this afternoon, but I did not find a chance to do it. But I will try to be as live as much as possible, specifically for you, Eduardo. Sellers Corp says, Rips, is it true that you only get to pull repeated Apex payouts if you're an affiliate? No, that is what we call fear, uncertainty, and doubt spread by people who are miserable online. That is not true at all. If you follow Apex's rules, you can continue to get paid. In fact, the people who are being banned are not even being banned from trading their accounts. They're being banned from buying more evals, and it's usually because of repeated rule violations, not because Apex is up to some nefarious, shady shit. They said I had multiple accounts, and so they closed my accounts. I've never heard that before. I mean, I have 20 accounts with Apex. Why would they close multiple accounts for me? Yeah, I'm missing the key, the juice of what you're saying. Were you like trading under somebody else's name in your household, or? Can't sleep, maybe too many Red Bulls. Or just working a lot, trying to give you folks in the community the best quality content out there out of any other trader. Julie says Apex pays out. Peeps that say otherwise are just wrong, plain wrong. I agree with you 100%. People love to complain in the prop space and like to just spread what they read online, and that is just a big game of telephone talk. Shorts are faster, dude says, can confirm Apex banned me but still approved all my payouts. My biggest month ever. Let's go. Congratulations. Keep those accounts live and you can continue to get those payouts. Treat it like it's your own personal brokerage. Do not blow it. Brian Lane says the reason Trade of 8 keeps going down is because after being on the fence on props for a couple of years, I finally decided to give it a try this year. So now, of course, it keeps going down. There you go. NL says, Rips, did you watch the hockey gold medal game today? No, I did not have the time to do it. I went to the dentist and I had to work on content. Have you seen the new platform coming that's using rhythmic data called TradeC? Yes, I have, and it looks very exciting for us traders. Scott says, Apex does not pay if you do not abide by the rules. If you do not like the rules, do not trade with them. I agree with you wholeheartedly. The US won. There we go. How about that? USA, baby. Let's go. We did not exchange up at 68.86 in the S&Ps, and we did not exchange up at 9.12 3/4 in the NASDAQ, so there is no trades that I would be looking to take. Is there a DCA rule on Apex? No. There used to be somewhat of a DCA rule, but they removed it. As long as you're trading consistently and trading your own style, they have no issues. If you are trading the exact same style every single day, there's no issues. And it should be a consistent, repeatable style. And that's, if you haven't found it yet, what you should be learning to do in your evaluation accounts. Shouldn't be going off the rails. Treat every single account that you touch like it is real money, and you will be rewarded by doing such. We are auctioning underneath 880 now. This is the level that we were watching to fail earlier, 68.80 in the S&Ps as well. If this can break lower, I am interested in selling it short here. Because we could find weakness underneath the previous 4-hour high. We had a lot of contention here earlier in the day. Is waiting for 5 p.m. PST for Asia Open better strategy, or are you seeing any level meanwhile? It can be a very good strategy because you have more liquidity flowing into the market. I'm going to take a trade here on wealth charts. I'm going to try a short here underneath 880 in the S&Ps. I'm fixing that we will fail this previous 4-hour high. We are auctioning towards 870 now. If we do break below 880 in the S&Ps, we should see this rolling tremendously. If not, we just stop out and move on. Right now, finding some orders. If this thing does push back to 880, we could potentially find a reshort as well. Right now, holding at 70 is going to add into this weakness. Looking for this flush below 70 now. Right now, we are seeing 880 still selling in the S&Ps. So just letting this thing work below the 70s. If it does push up to 882, I will add to it as well. I'm watching for this to fail below, potentially to 66 or lower. VWAP at 66, anticipated flush just below that. 850 is a level to watch as well. If we do see this break in the S&Ps below that 880 level, we should see this trend much lower. VWAP at 66 and a quarter here. Watching 66 now. Seeing if we can break on through to the other side. Starting to trend a little bit lower in the S&Ps as well. Weakness under the previous 4-hour high is being targeted. We are fading into that 66 level. I want to see us auctioning decently below that. We are seeing 78 3/4 getting a little bit of bid, but we should be able to auction right on through that. And just aiming for, you know, about $200 per account here. Right now they are shaping up some bids underneath. That's exactly what we want right there. And we'll take that off. Beautiful. That's $8,600 there in our Apex accounts on that beautiful flush of VWAP there. Just like that. Do me a favor, drop a WL or mid if you caught something similar to what I was trading there. Very clearly mapping out the exact trade that we took. Very nice. Do me a favor, folks. Drop a like on the video if you are enjoying the stream. Also, please let me know if the Rips promo is working. Let's see. Is the Rips promo working? Not working still. Okay. Bear with us. Bear with us. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. Hey, you know what though? I'm happy. We made $8,600 live together. We did it as a GLOBEX family. Today is day 4.5, and we currently are up $57,000 in our Apex accounts. Let's go, Team GLOBEX. Who's feeling Team GLOBEX? I know I am.
He's heating up.
Let's go, baby. What a cover there at the daily mid as well. Very nice trade. Very happy to share that one with everybody too. We are bouncing up at that daily mid. Can you talk more about how you made a decision to take that short at VWAP? It was all the things combined, using the area of price, going over everything that we talked about on today's lesson, watching those key areas. In this case, it was 880 as well as 880 in the S&Ps. So both the NASDAQ and the S&Ps using 880 as a level of resistance. And not being too greedy. Trading the micros, getting it in there, taking it right off exactly when we wanted to. Red Candle says, I was going to buy two, but I think their payout rules are a little weird. but I'll grab some of those. Apex, never had a denial with them. What are you talking about? Lucid, on record, is the fastest payout that I've ever received in any prop firm that I've ever traded with. In fact, the money hit my bank account in under 5 minutes. What are you using for stops? This button right here is my oh shit button. And so I'm watching the order flow. If there's anything that exchanges, I can immediately stop out of the position by pressing it. Rips, does Apex let you add to trades and vary your trade size? I thought they were prohibitive when you trade vary size. Can you comment? No, they absolutely do. Again, if you trade in a consistent style, for instance, if you are a trader who presses and trades one contract and you let that contract work and then you close that contract and you do that for 20 days in a row, that is your consistent style. If you trade one contract and you do it for 20 days and you take off one contract and then all of a sudden on one of those days you're in drawdown and you're DCAing and then all of a sudden something changes, that's not consistent trading. All that Apex wants to see is that you're treating every single trade as if you are trading in your own personal brokerage account. I'll say that again. Treat every single trade in Apex as if you're trading your own personal brokerage account. In fact, I am treating the collective of 20 accounts as a personal brokerage account with a $130,000 balance. Hear what I'm saying. I have $6,500 worth of drawdown in each one of my accounts. I'm trading 20 accounts as one account. That is the same as me trading a personal live account with $130,000. That is a tremendous amount of money. A tremendous amount of money. Bit of a gotcha rule. Sounds like they could argue that anytime they like. Well, again, the community that we trade with, the community that I talk to every single morning, has been filled with people who have told me that they have no social media presence, that they've taken hundreds of thousands of dollars in payouts from Apex, and they can do it consistently. What I have read on Twitter from people who have a profile picture of a dick butt and their name is dickbutt69, those are the people who are telling you Apex will not pay you. Me personally, I'd like to listen to the people in our community that are getting those payouts. Those are the people I trust. Not the speed of payout, just their rules to get a payout. Maybe I'll go back and read. I was thinking of a different firm might be. I think Lucid's rules are very clear, very fair. They remind me a lot of Tradeify's rules. I had no issue in getting my payout, and I had no issue in trading those accounts. I think I blew 2 sets of accounts to get to my payout. Jesse says, Ripsy reversal, always the best trade. Amen. Hallelujah. God bless. Look at it go. Daily mid to daily high. Unbelievable. Isn't it something? It works 100% of the time. Every time. Nihal says, yeah, there's a lot of misinformation out there on Apex. There is. And I'm here to shepherd you folks into the correct information. Red Candle says, I've taken like 8 payouts with them and it was always approved that day or next. Just go for your base hits, use a stop loss, and don't go over the consistency. That's it. Correct. If you can trade slowly, if you were here earlier, we had a chucklefuck retard in chat. That was their actual username, chucklefuck retard. And they were saying, why do you only make $400 or $500 per account? And I said, because I want to get paid. Because I want to take it slow. Who do you think is going to get the payout? People like Red Candles in here who takes it slow. People like Ripsy who is taking it slow. Or the people who try to rush and get that payout and oversize and over leverage. I'll tell you one thing. Imagine if you came to work for a professional trading firm and you sit down in your seat and they say, hey, Dickbutt69, how's it going? Welcome to your first day here on the floor of Trader Industries, LLC. We're going to load up an account for you and we're going to put $130,000 into it. Now, do you think that person's first trade would be over leveraged and putting all $130,000 to work in their very first trade? Do you think they would stick around in that firm if that's how they traded? Probably not. If they had a 30% risk per trade, maybe they would stick around. If they had a 10% total account risk to trade, they might stick around. Start thinking about that when you're putting on a position. Would a real trading firm want me to continue to work and trade on their floor? Now, I know it's difficult because there's a lot of you folks out there that are treating these prop firm accounts like a damn casino. If you want to find longevity in this game, most prop firms are looking for somebody that they can invest in. Be that person they can invest in. Be the trader they are proud of. When you start to go on tilt, lock it the heck up. Get away from your screens and don't make a bad day worse. I said this on one of my trading videos on my YouTube channel. There's nothing worse than turning a red trade into an entirely blown account. A red trade should never be a blown account. Let a red trade be a red trade, and if you're so persnickety by that red trade, lock it up and get away from your screens. You deserve better for your own life. You deserve better in your trading journey. You deserve it. Tell yourself that. You deserve it. Consistent Trader says, I got $17,000 payout from Apex last year. This year, struggling with 20 150K PA accounts. So far, no payout yet. Stick with it. Take it slow. It's a tough market. It's a very tough market. You will get payouts if you do continue to take it slow. Just because other people are killing it doesn't mean that their market is your market, and your market may not be my market. Take it slow. Take it slow. Mr. 45 Special says, received multiple payouts from Apex in the past. Stick to the rules. There you go. Is this a new indicator? This is sort of the RIPS key levels indicator on wealth charts. RipsMod will drop the link for you to use this on your own wealth charts if you'd like to use it. Back to Bookmap we go. Mr. 45 says, RIPS is like having your own personal motivational coach. I just want to see you folks winning, and I know that there's so much bad information out there. And I know that, there's other streamers out there that, I'm not trying to speak ill about anybody, but they just don't have the experience of being a professional trader, and there's a lot more to it. And I think that there's people who want to be prop firm traders, and there's people who want to be lifetime professional traders. The gap between those two is a long bridge, but if you take it seriously, I think that you can adapt and become skilled for life. If prop firms went away tomorrow, I'd be just fine. You saw it last year. I traded a live account every single day, and I made millions of dollars in front of your faces. Prop firms go away, and I'm perfectly fine because I have a skill for life that I've developed over the last 12 years, and it is trading. Mano Bro says, I spent 10 years on a few pro desks, started right after desimilization, late 90s. I'm back. Don't ask. Order flow tools have changed. Love your work, Rips. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. One thing I've noticed is that the OGs in the space that have been around for a while tend to enjoy the streams. Something to be said about that. New highs here in Asia. We are continuing to push up. That Ripsy reversal, if you took it, drop a W in chat. It is the hottest ticket in town right now. The hottest. I'm going to butcher your name. Habubika Johnson says, do you just take NQ trades based on what ES is doing, or do you also take ES trades based on what ES is doing? I do trade both instruments, but you will find me trading the NASDAQ more frequently than I will trade the ES. Last year during tariffs, I traded the S&Ps because the spreads were so wide in the NASDAQ that if I did put on risk, even with a small size, it didn't make sense for my trade plan, and my account size at the time was about $500,000, so I wasn't willing to put that risk on in NASDAQ. Instead, I sized into S&Ps, and it was a much cleaner trade. So there are times for me to use the S&Ps, and there are times for me to use the NASDAQ, but I do usually default to NASDAQ about 95% of the time in my trading. They do move very similarly, but NASDAQ you will find is a much speedier, more forgiving, repeating beast. Cyborg says, I just trade VRVP after your answer to my question in the morning. God, that trade is working like a charm. There you go, Cyborg. Give it up. Don't Drink and Root says, don't have Bookmap, but I use Quantower version at the moment. I find it pretty interesting how you trade, having seen anybody trade like that, but I don't quite understand how you know when to trade. Stick with it, my friend. It's not something you're going to learn overnight, in a week, in a month, or possibly even a year. Or maybe never. Order flow isn't for everybody. There's even haters out there that will say that order flow isn't even a real strategy. What I do say is this: turn out the noise, lock into a strategy that works specifically for you, trade around what works for you, and lean into what works for you. Don't be strategy hopping just because you see somebody on YouTube doing something. Do what works for you. Now, here's what's interesting. Does anybody remember what our level is from this morning in the NASDAQ, and where did we just tap and reverse? This is why gamma levels matter. This is why options level matters. This is why the MC levels matters. This is why it pays to tune in to both streams, the morning stream and the evening stream, because we talked about and traded around this 912 spot 75 level, and by golly, we almost hit it exactly on the ticket, 912.75. Almost exactly to the tick. DC Trader says, I've been watching Rips for almost 2 years now, I think, and there's not any other person I'd rather watch. Thank you, DC Trader. I appreciate you so much. Back in my day, order flow was watching the tape, and we called the DOM level 2. That's exactly, I mean, that's still referred to this day, the depth of market, level 2. I started trading equities before I started trading futures, and I became an ace at reading the level 2 before Bookmap was even a thing, or even before I knew it existed. Bobo says, real ones know Rips when he had a beach profile pic in Twitter longing small caps. My God. I was one of the only bold ones out there who was longing small caps, baby. Richard Harris says, 27 contracts short 68.86. Richard, you are trading our exact level from this morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning. It's always a treat to see you, Harry Dick. How do you find gamma levels? It's part of the thing that I release every single day to my community via the morning memo. Rips, I saw that level on my side too. Which gamma provider to use and how do you use the levels as a guide? So I have a proprietary formula that I developed over the years. I don't give up too much information about it, but I have an API that we plug into that provides a connection to this formula that we've refined over about 5 years with one of my mentors who is extremely successful, retired, but we worked on it together. He's one of the people who taught me about hedging in options, gamma flow, institutional hedging, and then that led into futures. So Danny USA says, I admire how calm you are when you're in a trade. It comes with years and years of experience of doing this. This is my 12th year of trading. I wasn't always like that. I remember in my very first years of trading, I got excited, nervous, irritable, all of the above. It is hard to be calm during a trade, but what you will find specifically in last year's YouTube streams, the reaction. Somebody from my content team even said that. He said, one of the things I've noticed going through your videos, you're more excited seeing your community win than when you're pulling down hundreds of thousands of dollars from the market. And I told him that's by design because I try to temper how I feel when I'm in a trade and when I close a trade, because tamping down euphoria is a key thing in my eyes of being a successful long-term trader. It's very hard sometimes. You'll see me get amped up a lot about trades from time to time if I'm hamming it up and I'm having a good time on stream. But for the most part, I try to tamp down that euphoria and stay level-headed. If you can do that over and over, you can breed that sort of behavioral pattern. Are you tipsy when trading? I haven't had a sip of alcohol in 8 years. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I enjoy the sober life. I had a lot of fun in my early 20s. I don't do that anymore. And when you take trades on Bookmap, are you looking for trap buyers or sellers before pulling the trigger and looking for a pitch and catch? All of the above. I'm not significantly weighting either of those things. I'm using all of those things and using whatever context we have given the session, the amount of volume, the ATR, the flow, the velocity. The one thing that I love about trading that keeps it fresh for me every single day for the last 12 years is that it's much like a game of chess where you do not repeat the same thing over and over. I am attracted to trading simply because we get to be part of the world's story every single day. I used to trade significantly around news and press releases. That really turned me on for getting in tune with the macro environment. When these news releases drop in the morning, it's good to have some type of idea. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to interrupt the rant, but I want to let you know that it is here. It's live. 50% off. Hold on, that's not the right screen. You can't even see that. That's not the right screen. There it is. Where is it? There you go. 50% off. Any eval on Lucid. 50% off. 2 uses. Use them wisely. You don't have to use them all tonight. Code RIPS will get you 50% off any evaluation account at this moment. Thank you to Lucid for sponsoring the stream and allowing us to do this. This is glad it's working finally. Gonna get this posted on Twitter. So I tell you what I'm going to do for you folks. What account do I recommend? Either the Flex, the Black, the Pro, and I think the Direct are probably the worst ones out of all of them, if I'm being honest. The Directs, I think, are 8 days to a payout, and that's just a little bit too long. I think the Black, the ones that I got a payout from were the Pro accounts. The Pro accounts were easy for me to trade. Okay, folks, on top of doing a 50% coupon for code RIPS, if you retweet and comment below why you would like a Lucid account on this Twitter post right now, I'm going to give away to one lucky viewer, one of you 800 people who are tuned in right now. I'm going to give you a free 150,000 Lucid Pro account. That will be delivered to you Monday morning. How's that sound? Miko says, Rips, do you have any idea why Lucid forbids people to trade due to their citizenship, not based on their long-term residency? It doesn't seem to be fair. You can influence them, maybe. Let me see if somebody over there wants to respond to that. Let's find out here. Do you have a course or mentorship? You're in it right now. Nothing I do costs any money. Everything I do is free and for the community. You're in my mentorship. You're in my course right now. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So like, comment, and repost. You must do all 3 things: like, comment, and repost. And we will choose a winner in the next 10 minutes. That is my promise to you, folks. That is my promise to you. Bailey Stevenson, go ahead and drop that comment over on my post. Right here. Right here. Right here. Lucid Pro is the only one without consistency. I think the Lucid Flex accounts don't have consistency in funded. I think. But I traded the Pro accounts and they were a treat to trade. I got to 15,000 straight out of the gates. It was nice. Thank you again, Lucid, for this. This is fantastic. 50% off is a treat. Flex has no consistency. Okay, good to know. Flex is no consistency. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to know. All right, let's get this X post loaded up for a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a 150K Lucid account, Lucid Pro account. The winner will be able to receive that account. I will give it to you this next week on Monday, but we will be awarding that to one lucky viewer tonight. Difference between Pro, Black, and Flex. When you're checking out, it shows you can see all of the clear rules in the drop down. It's a great little cheat sheet. It'll tell you exactly what you can and cannot do. Also, their knowledge base gives you a lot of information. They just have different payout windows, payout limits, consistency rules, number of days of trading. Find the account that's good for you. Bobo says, Rips, out of 1 day in NQ volume, how much of it is manually by humans? How much is auto by bots? Most of it is automatic by bots, and most of it is hedging, believe it or not. NASDAQ is less of a hedging instrument than the S&Ps. The S&Ps tend to create the following volatility in the NASDAQ. However, the NASDAQ is simply trying to contain the basket of the NASDAQ 100 stocks that are in it and reflect the movements of those prices. So it's a lot of those market makers that are trying to reflect that and hedge that. There's a lot going on there, but it is mostly non-humans that are moving the price. During GLOBEX, there's one crazy human that does like to move the price from time to time. I heard he wears a black hat and a gold chain and a black t-shirt from time to time. Okay, so Miko, who said, Rips, do you have any idea why Lucid forbids people to trade due to their citizenship? The answer directly is simple. They need to have an ID from the unbanned country they trade from. Otherwise, everyone would just use VPNs and claim they live in some approved country. That is hot off the press for you, Miko. I think your code just broke Lucid's website. Uh-oh. Look out now. Sayo says, Dímelo, ¿qué te pasa, Rips? Drink some energy, cabrón. It's Chino. ¿Qué onda, wey? How would you say good afternoon? Buenos tardes. Buenos tardes, mi amigo. ¿Qué tal y qué onda? ¿Dónde están las chicas por la noche? Lucid's knowledge-based transparency is the best out there. I do agree. It is very nice. It's very clear. The rules are easy to follow. All right, let me get this giveaway loaded up. Buenas nalgas. Buenas culos. Señores y señoras. Okay. X picker. Let's get this loaded up. Okay, X picker. Que bien español, gracias amigo. Mi vida en Puerto Rico para 7 años es el razón. Thanks, Rips, but they need to adjust their AI's response because AI responded explicitly. It's based on citizenship, not based on residency, even legal documents supplied. Glad to hear. Great news for you. Good to hear that. Okay. Again, folks, we are running a giveaway. This is the tweet. You must comment, you must like, and you must repost. There are 800 people watching right now, and we currently have... Where's the thing? We currently have... That can't be right. 71 people in the giveaway. Only 71 people. Well, hey, I'll run the giveaway right now. You have a really good shot to win. Only 71 people are in the giveaway currently. What size is good to go? Seems like the larger ones may not be worth it if only using micros. The 50K are a treat. 50K are a treat. Puerto Rico está la verdad. Por 7 años en mi vida. En Dorado. Ciudad Dorado. How do we enter? Go to this tweet, like the tweet, repost the tweet, and comment why you would like to win a free Lucid account. Me encanta Puerto Rico, Simón. I did it, señor Pito Grande. Tengo un verga grande. Verga grande con... I don't even know where I'm going with this, sorry. Let's forget I said anything. Oh, man. Puerto Rico en la casa puñeta, Simón. Tengo un verga que a todas las mujeres les encanta. I don't know why. For some reason, I always feel like talking dirty in another language is perfectly fine. I just don't know why. It's just weird. I don't know why. All right. I think it's giveaway time, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's giveaway time. Let's see how many people are in the giveaway. 86 people. I think that's fair. 86 people. At least 10% of us are in. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pick the winner here. Let's pick the winner. You don't need a profile image. You don't need to have any tweets. Could be any tweet. Count older than 1 week. Minimum followers is 0. One lucky winner is going to win a 150,000 Lucid account. 150,000 for you, the viewer, because I love you and I thank you for tuning in to our newly minted GLOBEX streams. They are a treat. All 800 of you that tuned in this evening, thank you so much. Okay. Are y'all ready? Should we do it on a wheel? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. The winner is Daniel, my man. Daniel, are you with us? Are you in Kick? Are you in Twitter? Or are you in, where are you, Daniel? Show yourself. Show yourself, Daniel. That is the same face Daniel makes when he wins a $150,000 Lucid account. I love it. Congratulations to you, Daniel. Well done. Congratulations to you. I'll just send you a message right now on Twitter. Let me just make sure you followed all of the rules here. Let me make sure you followed all of the rules. Rules are rules. We got to make sure you followed them. Let's see. Let's see. Make sure you retweeted. You did. Heads or tails, I like it, man. Heads or tails, I like it. Winner. Free 150K account. Oh, speaking of, a little Latin vibe in here. Hey. Bang, there you go. Congratulations again, Mr. Daniel. Sending you a DM right now. Remind me on Monday, too. Winner, 150K Lucid account. Bang, there you go. Congratulations. And thank you for everybody for participating in the giveaway. That was fun. All right, do you guys want to do a heads and tails gamble before we go? If you are just tuning in, it is 50% off any eval on Lucid right now using code RIPS. Got 250% off. Awesome. Way to go there, G-Man. Let's go. Who's ready for a coin toss here? Let's go ahead and get one going for you D-Gens in the Kick chat. I love you so much. Easy question. Heads or tails? Heads. Tails. I like we got the Latin vibe going now. You were late for the giveaway. Oh, for shame. Que lástima. Okay, let's see. All right, let's do a 1 minute on this one. 1 minute. Heads or tails? Go ahead. Heads or tails, ladies and gentlemen? Heads or tails? Where do you get your Lucid login details? It's on the dashboard, and they will also email them to you. If you want to participate in the channel Gambles points, head over to kick.com/sellingrips. Can we trade the 250% for just 100% off? Not today. Not today. Let's see what it's going to be. All right, we haven't flipped it yet, but we are ready to go here. We are ready to go. You say the word and we're going to run it. All right, 56,000 channel points going for... Oh my God, you guys gamble so much on heads or tails versus the market movement. It's crazy. 51% of you bet heads. 57,000 channel points bet heads. 56,000 channel points on tails. Let's go ahead and flip that coin for the very first time today. Good luck to you all. Good luck to you all. It is going to... Tails is the winner. Tails is the winner. That is the minority here. I always feel bad for you folks who didn't get it the first time, so I will line up another channel points gamble here prediction here on Kick. 1 minute to lock it in. Let's see who can get it here. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it a night. It's been a lovely stream. 2 hours sharing my evenings with you. We caught some great trades. We got a great deal from Lucid. Thank you again, Lucid, for sponsoring. Appreciate you. Channel points are flying right now over on Kick. Ignis says tails again. Air is voting for tails again. Mindful looking for tails again. Count still pending. Might just wait for the M. Yeah, you know, it's a slow market right now. Maybe it'll be ready by Asia. I know Lucid is going to be under a lot of load, given how exciting this deal is. Feeling like a baccarat streak. Interesting, interesting. Looking for tails here. Channel points gambles are closing up in just a few seconds here, and then we will do the final flip of the evening. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good luck. Wow, tails again. Oh my goodness, dastardly tails again. Edgy Invest says, is this Lucid deal only for new users? No, it's for existing users, new users, any users that like Lucid. You can get on it right now. Use code RIPS, 50% off. You can use it up to 2 times. Then it'll drop down to 40% off. All right, tails is the winner. Back-to-back tails there. Should we do one more to cap it off? I feel like 3 is the magic number. Should we do just 1, 3, the final third one? The final third one here? One more? One more? Okay. I know you D-gens love it. Final coin flip of the evening. This is it, I promise. And then we're going to lock it up for the night. Final coin flip for the evening here. And then I'll be live again at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I hope you'll join me for the New York session on YouTube and on Kick. I do also stream live on X, but I do recommend watching over on Kick or YouTube. Either platform is great. You get channel points by watching on Kick. The prediction is closing in just over 30 seconds. Get those channel points gambling in there. Eduardo says, great streaming, Rips. Have a good rest. Hope to see you tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow as well. 8 o'clock in the morning for the New York session. There is some news coming out as we discussed. It will be exciting to trade alongside together. Remember, it isn't the same unless you tune in. I want to ride shotgun with you and trade together. It's one of my favorite things to do. So make sure you tune in. Be a lot more fun that way. Okay, channel points gambles are closed. Final coin flip of the evening is going to... Wow, heads for the final decision there. Final going to heads. 48% of our channel points bettors. Congratulations to our channel points gamblers. Remember, 50% off any eval, limit 2 per trader. Use code RIPS. You do have plenty of time to use it, so lock in. Do not blow these accounts. Treat them like they're your regular money. Just to recap, we did trade on our Wealth Charts Apex accounts. We made $8,600. We traded that all together. It's a lot of fun to do. We traded on Trade of 8. Very short scalp there to make $90 across 5 accounts. So just shy of $500 there. I will be live again tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. 8 o'clock sharp. We will be going live. We're going to be trading the 8:30 news. We're going to be trading the 9:30 a.m. open. We're going to have a lot of fun to celebrate the end of the week and the successful week that we've had together, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Spend some time tonight with your loved ones and let them know how much they mean to you. Life is precious. Be good, folks. Take care. I'll see you, folks, bright and early tomorrow. Be good. See ya. Bye-bye. See ya.